Parents of learners at a primary school in Westville in KwaZulu-Natal are protesting outside the institution. They want a teacher to be dismissed because that teacher's been having allegedly inappropriate conversations with a 12-year-old learner. The conversations between the girl and the teacher surfaced 2 weeks ago, sparking outrage from the public. Newzroom Afrika's Phila and Mthembu is at the school. Phila, good morning to you. What have people told you there this morning?
So, Stephen, there's quite a lot which we were told by the parents. As you may see now, they have left this particular area. This is where they had earlier gathered to basically voice their concerns and hopefully have the principal of the school address them following what had been circulating, online, and also some of the parents telling us that they've also seen these screenshots, and it also, brings about a question around how did it get to a point that an HOD, a teacher, gets to be in a WhatsApp conversation with a 12-year-old. That is something that definitely needs to be addressed. But also what came out from those parents is that they are quite concerned that the school did not even communicate with them in time with regards to what had happened, as the matter, the screenshots had circulated around over 2 weeks ago, but they were only informed about this yesterday, saying that they also saw this online, as well as the issue was actually being dealt with internally here since it had been discovered. But I'm going to bring in Alicia Kisun, who is a counsellor from this area, who stands in solidarity with the parents that were here. And Alicia, it would be interesting to know, because you have had an engagement with the parents that were concerned here today, and you also had gone inside the school to ask the principal to come out here and address them. We did not see that happen. So if you could please give us a sense of what's the conclusion moving forward for this particular day.
Okay, thank you. I am obviously most of the parents who were here have asked me to be here because I'm the counsellor for the area in which they reside, and I am very active in children's and women's rights. I think it's very important that we realize that all parents want are answers and some sort of guidance as to what is the way forward. I have spoken to the principal. Their questions were simply, why hasn't he been suspended? That has not been answered. Parents wanted some sort of interview with the school. They don't want a circular. They want to know what's happened. Their greatest fear is that he was, after the complaint was received and he was informed of it, he was still in the property. And that raises concerns about other children who may have been affected and his interaction with them, and therefore they need answers on the timeline and where do we go from here in terms of the rest of the children, and that's basically all they want is answers.
So basically, when can we expect to see progress with regards to this matter? You came out here, you did tell the parents what you were told by the school principal, and where to from here, because they feel like they are still in the dark and the issue is not being taken seriously.
I understand their frustration, and they voiced it quite loudly. Simply, there are two issues here that we are going through. The first one is that there is an interdepartmental investigation. I believe that it has gone through the department, the psychologists, to speak to the child, and it's going through that system. I have requested that the department spokesperson speak to the children and the parents as soon as possible. I've also requested that a psychologist speak to the children. In terms of, there is a SAPS case that has been opened. It is with the Child Protection Unit. I think, and I have spoken to the parents, our main concern is the protection of the child. We have to protect her at all costs, to show that to other children as well, that it's okay to speak up. And it's okay, and we as a community will be behind you. We will always support you. And as I've said to everyone, we are here in solidarity, not as leaders or as anything else, but parents and community members who cannot allow this to continue another day.
All Right, thank you so much for your time, Alicia. That was Alicia Kison basically giving us, an update with regards to what has been concluded here today. She was engaging with the parents earlier on, parents raising quite a number of concerns there. So as they await a way forward as the matter is being investigated, they are hoping that justice is going to be served and, should the alleged perpetrator in this particular instance be found guilty of anything, of any form of contravention. But what we also were able to take from the parents that we spoke to is that some of them are now starting to say that they are thinking of even removing their children from the school, as this particular perpetrator had also been having quite a close contact with them. They have also been saying to us that this was quite shocking for them, as the person that who is in question was the one who was always in the front when it came to them enrolling their children here and also welcoming them and assuring them that they will be safe in these premises. Stephen.